Sunday Night Football. Mike Patrick and the gang have the call for you from Seattle. Michael.
Thank you, Chris. We're at Husky Stadium at the University of Washington for an AFC West battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle coach Mike Holmgren has been the mentor for a remarkable number of NFL head coaches. The pick of the litter has been Raider coach John Gruden.
Nobody likes to compete more than I do and more than he does.
You go at it harder than you ever go at it against anybody.
And looking. Touchdown, Raiders!
That's what makes this very exciting to me.
A little like playing a pickup game in your backyard with your brother, but you don't want to lose to him.
Slam the door shut!
They say just win, baby.
Bring it! What?
He learned from the master. Now John Gruden's Raider attack is running at full force. The leaders of the assault, his three veteran superstars.
Rich Gannon is a great competitor and a premier professional football player. Tim Brown's the natural. Show him one time, tell him one time, and you're going to see perfection. Jerry Rice is the standard setter. He's the tempo setter. Jerry Rice is the man.
For Jerry Rice, touchdown, Raiders!
Just win, baby. Just find a way to win.
It's a cool, damp night in the great Northwest with a crowd of more than 65,000 to see the Raiders and the Seahawks. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. It's great to have you with us. At 3-4, the Seahawks' safety margin is gone. And if they're going to get a desperately needed win tonight, that defense has to rebound from a wretched performance a week ago. And their young quarterback is going to have to stop making those killer mistakes. On the other hand, the Raiders are 6-1, the best record in the AFC. But they come in with multiple injuries, making this more of an even game. But if the Raiders have one thing they don't have to worry about, it's a quarterback. Joe, Rich Gannon has been absolutely brilliant.
Michael, he has been so brilliant that, in my opinion, Rich Gannon right now is the most valuable player in the National Football League. Now, he doesn't quarterback the greatest show on earth, but he does have two great future Hall of Famers at the wide receiver position in Tim Brown and Jerry Rice. He operates this offense with such efficiency. It's incredible the passing percentages that he's been able to put up. The other thing is he's a threat running the football. He truly is a triple threat at the quarterback position. And, Paul, in this football game tonight, they opened up throwing 25 passes against Denver last week. He completed 20 of them. I think that's going to be the same formula they want to use tonight against that Seattle secondary.
Joe, Seattle has one of the best cover corners in the National Football League in Sean Springs. And tonight he better be at his very best, because sometimes he's going to be covering Jerry Rice man-to-man. Other times he's going to be covering Tim Brown man-to-man. But he's got a little added incentive tonight. Tim Brown, when he didn't play, Sean Springs in the first game against Oakland said, you know, it's a good thing he didn't play tonight, because he'd have probably been chasing me around all night. Well, talking to Sean Springs on Friday, you know what he said? I can't wait to get physical with these two old men.
All right, thank you, Paul. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at the teacher and his prized pupil.
Bring it! What?
He gave me a great motivation at an early age, and he gave me some responsibility, and for that I'll always be thankful.
What?
He really understands the game. A very, very bright man. You combine that intellect with his work ethic. That's a pretty tough combination to beat.
Bring it! What?
In 1993, Mike Holmgren was building a team and a coaching staff in Green Bay that would take him to a pair of Super Bowls. 6 of the assistants on that staff would go on to become head coaches in the NFL, including John Gruden. And Susie Colbert, by now that relationship has lasted more than a decade.
Mike, John Gruden credits Mike Holmgren for just about all the good things that have happened to him in this business. When Holmgren first hired Gruden as an offensive assistant with the Niners in 1990, part of his job description was getting him coffee and driving him to speaking engagements. He worked so much and it paid so little that Gruden often slept in his car. But behind the scenes, he was trying to learn everything he could from Holmgren because he said the system was so amazing. Today, these two have so much mutual respect for each other. But in their 5 years together, Holmgren says he doesn't recall any of those crazy facial contortions. Well, Gruden says he just wasn't looking at me. And besides, who's he to talk? He's no peach on game day. Mike, I think we're going to have a good time watching these two tonight.
Susie, you're absolutely right, and hopefully they'll have a game where they can match wits. John Gruden says what he learned most importantly from Mike Holmgren was consistency, and he's been a model for that quality with the Raiders.
Nobody likes to compete more than I do and more than he does. That's what makes this very exciting to me. Just win, baby. Just find a way to win.
Convert the first downs, take the pressure off of Matt Hasselbeck. Matt has come up with critical mistakes at key points of the game, especially when he gets down into the red area. He can't afford to make those mistakes against the Raiders.
The first meeting for Matt Hasselbeck against the Raiders, sacked 6 times, knocked out of the ball game, as was his backup Trent Dilfer. Hasselbeck to throw on first down, and throws complete to the rookie Corn Robinson out of NC State. Woodson, who was questionable because of the Charles Woodson starting tonight. Alexander has a little room to run, gets up near midfield.
Then Mike Holmgren can settle in and start to establish his running back.
Who they hope may be back in a couple of weeks. Give him a lot of depth at running back. Hasselbeck stands tall in the pocket, throws down the middle, complete to the Raider 20. Darrell Jackson out of Florida, and 2 perfect strikes so far from Hasselbeck.
Yeah, time to maneuver in the open field. Now look at the blocking up front. Talk about the Raiders' defensive line. They never got close.
And on this play, you just saw something from the Seahawks that they only put in against Miami in 16 years of coaching.
Split the backs this time. 1st and 10 from the 19. Alexander on the sweep. Has the corner. Eric Allen waiting for him, but he gets to the 14-yard line. Gain of 5. 3rd and 6. Hasselbeck double clutch. Throws on the run and throws it away. Mistake, especially in the red zone. Ryan Lindell, who has hit 9 out of 15 this year. He struggled. Gets this one inside the left post. So a successful opening drive for the Seattle Seahawks. They take the opening kickoff, and they end up getting a field goal out of it with 11:18 to go first quarter. The Seahawks are on top, 3-0. Here starts at running back behind Richie Gannon. John Ritchie is the fullback, and Garner with the first carry gets to the 37.
On 1st and 10 there with Charlie Garner. Give him a chance to pick up 5-6 yards so that John Gruden can get into his groove. Tim Brown's got to be Tim Brown. That means catch 8 to 10 key balls and probably a touchdown pass somewhere along the way. And Richie Gannon, be successful on 1st and 10.
Tonight, that is a Raider record for a quarterback. Garner, huge hole up the middle. First down to the 48-yard line. Chad Brown missed a sack on the last play, uncharacteristic of him. Ritchie wide open in the flat. Finally knocked out of bounds, but not before he reached the Seattle 37. Anthony Simmons knocked him down.
I don't believe there is any down that you can play zone against the Raiders offensively.
They're incredibly deep in the backfield. Gannon with time over the middle, incomplete. The double team on Rice, and one of the guys, it looks for all the world like a defensive tackle, but it's their middle linebacker, Levon Kirkland. He's listed at 275, but you can forget 275. He, as Paul mentioned earlier, has missed once this year. Tremendous power in that leg, and he knocks it through. A boomer from Janikowski, and we are tied at 3. Alexander is the deep man in the eye. Play action by Hasselbeck. Good protection again, and another strike. Now the ball comes loose. And Alexander hustles down to make the recovery for Seattle. Corin Robinson made the catch. Allen knocked it loose from him. And a great play by Alexander to get downfield and save it.
Good play by his quarterback to get 3 points.
Rod Coleman jumps off sides.
Now they go with a little bit of a hard count.
Does look young. Alexander on the toss. They've got the corner. And Big Walter Jones, the left tackle, was out in front, the only Pro Bowl lineman this club's had. And there's still tremendous expectations here of success. And it will come eventually, but people are very impatient. Hasselbeck again, in rhythm, throws on the strike to Jackson. And Matt Hasselbeck tonight isn't close to what Matt Hasselbeck has been during the earlier part of the season. Catches coming in, 2 100-yard games. Had a big game against the Raiders the first time. Alexander inside the 30 to the 28, maybe the 27-yard line. And Susie, this turf should be pretty good for everybody. Here's Alexander again, following strong down to the 22, close to a first down. This is one of those surfaces that's got the ground-up rubber and the sand as a base, so it's not like the old AstroTurf where you just beat yourself to death.
The face of the receivers.
3rd and less than a yard. Alexander's got it. Grady Jackson got one big hand on him, but couldn't hold him. Jay Graham has replaced him on 1st and 10. Hasselbeck scrambles out of the pocket. Inside the 5, nearly dehorned by Anthony Dorsett, but he got down. Empty backfield. Quarterback draw. Hasselbeck to the 2, and he took a shot from Johnny Harris.
Are you watching this game?
Ryan Lindell on for the field goal on 4th and goal from the 2. They send on the special unit and take the lead 6-3. Seattle with 2 impressive drives, but they haven't been able to get it in the end zone. And the football most of this ball game. 11:09 to 4:35. It's a good sign for Seattle's offense. Hasselbeck on target again to Darrell Jackson. Alexander cuts it back across the 30 to the 31. That's going to be a first down.
Another point on that.
Here is the starter of this ball club, Alexander. Hard run, almost broke it, got to the 45, another first down. Alexander again. Looked like a little cross-buck action that time, and across midfield. Alexander again. Also, give a tip of the cap to Max Strong, the fullback, who's thrown some good lead blocks. But 3rd and less than a yard, Hasselbeck. Second effort on the quarterback keeper will have it at the 44-yard line. 3rd and 6. Hasselbeck down the middle and threw that one behind Jackson. It was wide open.
The only problem about time of possession, the only thing I hate about everybody, a lot of people make a big deal out of time.
He has a catch tonight. Gannon has thrown for only 26 yards. 2 of 7, both catches by his fullback, John. Gannon short set and throws a strike. Jerry Rice to the 32.
Little simple isolation on Willie Williams. Jerry Rice, he's given him a lot of room.
That was just catch 1,312.
And further away from everybody. Now, of course, holds 14 NFL records at receiver position.
Garner out of the backfield to the 49-yard line. Kelly has to make the tackle again along with Charlton. A gain of 17. By Terry Kirby, the running back. They fake it to him. Gannon lost it and got it back, lost it again. And the Raiders get it back again. Excellent hustle by Barry Sims, the left tackle, to save it. And you know Rich Gannon hates this. He is such a perfectionist. Little screen to Kirby. Got away from a couple of tacklers and makes it to the 50. 3rd and 9. Crowd's really into it now here in Seattle. Gannon sidearms one to Brown. Tim Brown with a big catch down to the 28.
Does anybody throw better sidearm than him?
No,
Gannon Steps up in the pocket. Ritchie with his third catch of the night breaks a tackle. And near the 10.
Oh, boy.
Chad Brown had a shot at him and couldn't hold him earlier. He missed a sack on Gannon. Garner on the toss. Nice cutback inside the 5.
Oh, I was going to say, or Charlie Garner on the toss.
Outside with his speed.
A little late. Gannon end zone touchdown, Tim Brown.
Boy, man, where did he put that ball?
The 14-year veteran puts the Raiders ahead for the first time in the ballgame. Tim told us yesterday, no reason he wouldn't come back for another season. Alexander needed to get to the 34-yard line for a first down. He reached the 35. The senior in high school, he rushed for 3,166 yards and 54 touchdowns. Caught a couple of passes, too. Gets this one up across the 42.
Sean Alexander has had so far. There he is, taking it outside, cutting up inside, running hard, getting the big pop. Again, working outside, showing his speed, nice patience. Now this one he'll cut right up and really running through an awful lot of arms of the Raiders.
2nd and 3. Seahawks have given up the lead, driving, trying to get it back. And they've got a first down and another strike to Jackson. The 4th catch tonight for Darrell Jackson. James and Pope combined on the tackle. So Hasselbeck's numbers looked a lot worse than they were last week. Some of those balls are caught. Things are a lot better. Jackson all the way to the 35-yard line.
You do.
Hasselbeck, short set, throws a slant and another strike to Jackson.
You know, here's a classic situation, Joe, what you're talking about with these wide receivers.
Hasselbeck, room to run. Slides in at the 11-yard line. And Hasselbeck has done a good job tonight getting out of the pocket when he's had the opportunity. The numbers are starting to approach Hasselbeck. 8 out of 13. The young quarterback, 9 out of 15. Raiders show blitz. Picked up and Hasselbeck throws. Jackson, touchdown. Oh, what great protection for Hasselbeck. He just sat in the pocket as long as he needed to.
That's this offensive line work. Look at this. There's nobody close to him. He's got all the time in the world to throw.
He gets a chance to double clutch a little bit, wait for Jackson to make the move, and does a nice job of putting the ball in, even with Torrey James hanging all over him. Yeah, Matt, good job.
And for Darrell Jackson, 7 catches, already a career.
We're giving him too much room.
Gannon under pressure, and this slammed to the ground by Antonio Cochran.
Antonio Cochran beat Frank Middleton, number 73, clean.
38-14. Get on to Susie Culver. She has Mike Holmgren.
Mike, you've got to be pleased with Matt Hasselbeck's performance. It seemed initially that he was maybe trying to overcompensate, not make the same mistakes as last week. Did you feel that way?
I think so, and then he got into the flow of the game, and I'm pretty happy with the decisions he's making. And the whole team, we're just playing better. We're playing kind of like I expected to play.
Rich Gannon initially seemed to get anything going and then found his momentum on that last drive. How do you slow him down in the second half?
Well, it's tough. You know, I mean, they are really talented and they're good, and I think our defense did a nice job against them in the first half. All we do is keep the ball away from them by sustaining drives on offense.
Mike, thanks. Good luck in the second half. Mike?
Susie, thanks very much. One of the great people in this game, Mike Holmgren, who has a 13-10 lead.
The offensive line of Seattle. Defensively is where the Raiders have to win this game.
Raiders will get the ball to start the second half. Terry Kirby from the 10. Cuts into the outside. Kirby midfield. It's a foot race. 30. 10. Touchdown.
No flags.
90 yards for Terry Kirby.
I said defense and special teams, didn't I?
I think you left out the special teams part. For Terry Kirby out of Virginia.
How does a young football team that's riding high, they're riding high, they go in at halftime, they've got the lead, they've played very well. All of a sudden, they turn around, they come out, they know they're kicking off, and bang. Before their offense ever gets on the field, they're down 17-13, compliments of Terry Kirby. Now, there's a special teams coach and a head coach that's absolutely ecstatic. Now, that's one that John didn't draw up. He does a lot of drawing up of plays. That's one he doesn't draw up.
And that's why the Raiders have a chance to go to the Super Bowl this year. Because Gannon, short set, throws to Rice to the 35-36-yard line. Let's go to Susie Colbert.
Mike, I had a chance to catch up with John Gruden just after the half. I asked him if the injuries and playing on the short week was having an effect tonight. He said, no way. There's no excuses for that. And besides, Denver won today, so they have to win. As for the play of Matt Hasselbeck, he always said he liked the way this kid looked on film, but he says the Seahawks are showing them a lot of looks. You're going to have to settle in and play better defense.
Gannon with his 8th straight completion. Tim Brown to the Seahawks 48.
Out of the backfield.
Gannon straight back. Brown wide open. Caught him in a blitz. 18-yard gain for Tim Brown. Gannon dumps it to Jordan. Upended. He did not get the first down. Sean Springs went for his ankles and sent him straight up in the air and down, and Jordan is hurt.
But underneath him by Springs. And watch this land. He lands right on his head.
Hit from 52. Had a little hook on that one and got it through. So Janikowski now on the year 16 out of 17. And the lead grows to 7. The Raiders back in control in Seattle. Spill. Janikowski to Williams.
Look out.
Has the seam. Fumble comes loose. Janikowski had a shot at it. And the Seahawks will get it back. What a break for Seattle at the 48-yard line.
Back in the rhythm he had in the first half.
Starting from the 39, Alexander. Dragging tacklers with him, gets it up to the 44-yard line.
Rushing.
Out. Hasselbeck. He's going to run, dives for the first down marker, and they mark it right at the sticks. Tonight, rush for 37 yards tonight coming into the game and only run for 39. Alexander bounces it outside, gets to the Raider 41. Flag is down. Marquez Pope made the tackle. 5 where it might be a hold, and it is.
Can't let that one kickoff return destroy him.
First and 14. Raiders show blitz. And they come. Hasselbeck. Baker drives him into the ground at the 43. Baker's been so good for so long, never seems to get any credit for it either. Hasselbeck with a great throw. Wicked hit by Binkert, but hanging on is Corin Robbins.
Perfect timing. Number 54 is Binkert. Number 81 is Robbins. Look at the perfect.
Hasselbeck from the shotgun. Ingram. Bobby Ingram. Inside the 20.
Yeah. And this is why they brought him in. They couldn't get Jerry Rice. Mike Holmgren wanted to bring a veteran receiver in to help out his young guys. Wound up with Bobby Ingram.
Is tough. Alexander really hesitated, then found the hole. Down to the 6. Now that's the difference between an Alexander
Charlie Garner
and a Charlie Garner that we're talking about hitting the hole so fast. 100-yard game this year. He's the single setback on 2nd and goal. Draw Alexander. Touchdown. That's a pretty good call by Mike Holmgren, too. If you rush for 106 yards, you'd have steam coming off your head, too. Terry Kirby on a 90-yard return. Have a chance to take this one 95. Reaches the 33. The ball came loose. The Seahawks say they have it. No signal from any official yet.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Nobody has made a move. Nobody called anything. And if they didn't say he was down, then it's got to be Seahawk ball. Okay, here comes Kirby.
He's hit. And I think his knee's on the ground, to be honest with you.
Well, the thing about it is that nobody did anything, and no one even blew a whistle.
See, I think his knee is on the ground with Reggie Tongue holding on to him before the ball comes out. The problem was there's not an official in sight. Watch this. His knee's on the ground. No, that is not a fumble.
Well, here's the important part. The call on the field is a fumble.
That is field.
This will be interesting.
It's like a scrimmage. Now it's a real...
Here he comes. Here they go.
After reviewing the play, the runner's left knee was down prior to the ball coming out. It will be Oakland's ball. First and 10.
You know what?
Oakland will not be charged a timeout.
Where? Gannon goes to Brown. Double team taken down at the 40. Crockett, a very good short yardage player, is in. They'll block for Gannon. And now Ritchie will run it himself and get the first down.
Well, you know what you like about this play is when Rich Gannon comes out, he sees he's going to run the ball. He points to Roland Williams.
Obviously, he's been big for him is Jerry Porter.
Offside on the defense. This is a free throw.
Chad Brown jumped early. Ritchie takes a couple of shots, got near a first down. I think they're going to end up taking the offside call and getting 5 yards, bringing up a third and short. Gannon, short set, throws to Brown, incomplete. The rookie Ken Lucas was out there with it. Over at its own 11. Alexander, nice cut. Alexander in the middle of the field, and he's gone. Torrey James trying to catch it. Touchdown.
Middle of the field for Sean Alexander.
88 yards for Sean Alexander. Tonight he's carried the ball 23 times for 194. The Raiders now face an uphill climb starting from deep in their own territory. Yes, it was. Gannon. Tim Brown died to the 24. Shows he has something on Levon Kirkland for us.
Coordinator of the Seahawks is deciding to go nickel on 1st and 10.
Fumble. Williams recovers. Zach Crockett took the toss. The hit shook it loose, and Willie Williams was right there for the Seahawks.
Obviously a little breather. He cuts up. Watch the hit. Anthony Simmons comes in. That's a classic put your hat on the ball. Willie Williams covers up, makes the recovery. Terrific tackle.
Boy, it was. Simmons just stoned him. The ball comes loose.
And what a job by Steve Sidwell, the defensive coordinator. He changed up on 1st and 10.
Now the Seahawks with a chance to make it a two-possession game. Alexander dragged down by Beekert at the 19.
Jason.
Boy, they'd like to gain the yards, eat up some clock, and put more points on the board right now. Alexander again to the 10.
Cut. Look at his eyes. He believes in where he's going. Watch it move. Out, back in the one cut, and get your shoulders square and back up the field. Well, this offensive line for Seattle has taken control of the football game.
Christian Fourier, the tight end, has done a terrific job as well.
First and goal, Alexander, touchdown.
Raiders physically cannot stop him or this offensive line. Terrific job by Robbie Tobeck in the middle. They run left, they run right up the middle. The safeties collide, and Sean Alexander comes out the other end in the end zone.
From Seattle. Sean Alexander with a club record 243 yards rushing tonight. The most yards ever by a single back against the Raiders. Broke Eddie George's record. Raiders start from their own 36. Gannon, what a catch by Charlie Garner. Seahawks rush 4, drop 7. Tim Brown underneath. Gannon needs 15. He's going to run. Dragged down by Chad Brown at the 43. They need to reach the 36 for the first down, and no question they'll go for it on 4th.
Well, you look down at what they're doing. I think you find Jerry Rice in the middle of the football field.
Gannon straight back. And in the middle of the football field at the 30. Nice call, Jerry Rice.
Now, in control he is.
Gannon takes off again. Inside the 15 to the 14-yard line, Simmons tripped him up. Garner. Simmons again went for the big shot and didn't wrap him up. Was really fortunate that he could get him this time.
Back. Now this is away from the play. This will be off on the right side. Here's the hit. Simmons just knocks the living daylights out of him. Now off to the left, there's a personal foul committed. Whoa.
Simmons knocked him back.
Personal foul, 94, defense. After the play is over, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Touchdown. The tight end, Roland Williams. His first catch of the night, his first touchdown of the year, and it came at a great time for John Gruden.
Able to blossom, and he's still learning. Rich Gannon, totally under control, as cool as it gets. They get the isolation. They're
143 yards rushing for Alexander, approaching the top 5 all time.
Joseph, they put 8 guys in the box, 3 guys back basically, and Sean Alexander just gained 5.5 yards.
Timeouts left, plus the 2-minute warning. Here are the updated numbers on the all-time record. Corey Dillon, of course, at 278. Walter Payton, 3 behind that. O.J., 273. Now Alexander and Mike Anderson tied at 251.
And Max Strong right in front of him, who's been blocking extremely well all night.
Alexander cuts it back. He's got the first down to the 27-yard line.
Max Strong, good block.
Max Strong, good block. I'm moving over here. Bad guess, Joe. Bad guess.
And it's over. The Raiders are out of timeouts. And they'll run Alexander.
Oh, boy.
Alexander to the 36. He'll be about 1.5 yards shy of a first down, and his opportunity for the all-time record may have just disappeared. It's currently held by Corey Dillon at 278. Guys who know how to get open and then catch it. Rice to the 38. They can't stop the clock. A gain of 15. Rice to the Seattle 48-yard line.
Rich is going to ground the ball now. Seahawks game early now either.
3rd and 10. Pressure screen. Oh. And Randy Jordan couldn't keep his balance. He fell down inbounds. Now they can't down the ball. They've got to try to get the first down. That is a killer.
Wow.
Whew. What a way to end it. And Mike Holmgren, the teacher, has beaten the pupil 3 straight times in Seattle. ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick saying goodnight from Husky Stadium in Seattle. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.